Hey guys, welcome back to Teddy Talks. A lot of you sent in emails, asking questions about different relationship advice. The one that I'm going to answer today is from a young lady. She would like to remain anonymous. She's in college, excuse me, and she was wondering when would be a good point in a relationship or hanging out with the guy to ask them what their relationship status is or what they're considered. So, in order to answer this question, first you need to take in your specific situation. You need to think about, are you just going to his house and never out in public? You need to think about, have you met his friends? Do you hang out with his friends? You need to think about how long you've been talking to the guy. You need to think about what you do when you hang out. And all these things, you also need to think about nonverbal cues and things like that. So, first thing we're going to cover is types of relationships. So, when you first start talking to an individual, you're in kind of like the get to know you phase, right? So you're just hanging out. You can go on dates. You can go sit, watch Netflix, whatever you're doing. But you're pretty much just getting to know each other, feeling it out to see what the relationship or the situation could possibly turn out to be. Then after that, you may go to the dating stage. And that's just when you're a couple going on dates. Pretty much what mass America thinks about dating. And then eventually you'll get to a serious, maybe an I love you stage, an engagement stage, and then a marriage stage. But for now, we're just going to stick to the talking and dating stage. So, talking, I'm going to say that stage lasts probably about 2 months, depending on your culture, depending on different situations. If they just got out of a relationship, if y'all are really feeling each other, or if you're kind of just like wishy-washy about the situation, it all depends. It also depends on, if his friends like you, if how often you hang out, things like that can all affect it. So let's say that you've met his friends, you've been hanging out with them every weekend for 4-5 weeks, you're going out in public, you're doing all these things, you really like each other, you cuddle, you talk, you're starting to share secrets, stuff like that. Know that probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks is probably going to be time that someone makes a move and asks about the next step. If you haven't met his friends, you're not going out, you maybe seen them every other weekend, then it might take a little longer. It might be 3 to 4 months before you actually get to that point where you can ask him and try to figure out where y'all are. It all depends. It also depends on how much you're texting and talking. I know some people, they don't like to text all day, all the time to their significant other or the person they're interested in. Whereas some people like to constantly text all day, all night. Same with talking. Some people, especially with the newer technology and generation and everything, a lot of people don't like talking on the phone anymore. They'd rather text. If you talk on the phone, that'll probably increase your chances because you can actually get to know a person and you won't get distracted. He doesn't have that option of not texting you back or avoiding the question. It's kind of just in your face. So if you talk on the phone, it's more likely that you'll become serious more quickly than if you just text all day. Also, FaceTiming, same thing goes. But if you take in all these aspects of the relationship or potential relationship, combine them, see about where you fall, and then also you have to kind of feel him out. If he's not, ask him, what's your longest relationship? How long does it usually take you to, get in a relationship? Or you could just straight up ask him, maybe say, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you see us? Where do you see me? You can ask him any one of these questions. Don't make it awkward or anything like that. Just, you have a conversation like a normal human would. And once you do that, that'll also, depending on his answers, it'll also give you hints to where you want to be in the relationship or where you might fall in his eyes. Because you have to remember, in every relationship, one person always is more affectionate and more caring than the other person. So if you have two people that are in love, one always loves more than the other. So you need to figure out who that is, and then that'll also help you determine where to be or when is the right time to ask the question. So thank you. I hope this really helped you. Thank you for tuning in to Teddy Talks. Please remember, comment, subscribe, like the video, and please ask me questions on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and my email. The links for those will be in the description box as well as at the end of the video. Hope to see you next time, and thanks again.